Welcome to Bias Bites, a monthly K-pop podcast. Thanks so much for tuning into this bonus episode. I'm Morgan.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Megan.
We have had so many fun things going on lately. We wanted to recap a bit with you Bias Biters, so we decided to put out this bonus episode.
Today we are debriefing our incredible experience seeing BTS at their Arirang tour in New Jersey. We are also going to be giving you our fresh out-of-the-oven takes on Stray Kids' new album, This and That.
Please also stay tuned at the end of the episode as we have a very exciting announcement to share with you today about our new Bias Bites series.
Now, are both of you guys ready to get into recapping our BTS experience?
Let's do it. Take me back.
So, we were so fortunate to be able to see BTS at their Arirang tour. We went to MetLife day 2.
Before the concert even began, we had so much fun handing out freebies and meeting other ARMY. Did you guys have any favorite freebies you got or fun interactions that you had with ARMY before the show?
I just loved getting to meet everybody. I was so touched to see how just fun, kind, and creative so many ARMY are. The amount of incredible handmade bracelets, keychains, stickers, and everything we got was just like so heartwarming.
I agree. I could not get over how creative ARMY was with their freebie making. I love the ARMY bomb necklace I got as a freebie. It has to be one of my favorite little trinkets. And then while we were walking around just handing out our freebies, I had the sweetest ARMY stop me and hand me an actual tiny tan as a freebie. And it was Suga, who I don't have yet. So another one added to the collection. I was just so blown away that someone would give a tiny tan as a freebie. And also seeing legit baby ARMY, like little kids, and getting to make their day by giving them freebies, especially those who were celebrating their first ever concert experience, was so much fun, and it just warmed my heart.
I want to give a special shout out to the girl at the gate as we were going in who was passing out Dunkin' Donuts munchkins because she just didn't have time or didn't make freebies. That was my favorite thing. I'm always down for a snack. But there was everything going on from the Arirang logo 3D printed can tab opener keychains to acupressure cards giving instructions how to calm down post-concert so that you could sleep easier and quicker. ARMY truly thought of it all. This was a wild range of things that people were giving out. Crazy. Morgan, you even got a 3D printed van figurine. That was insane. I'm going to stick with the munchkins as my favorite just because food is my favorite thing. But actual freebie-wise, it was hard to really pick something that I would choose overall. Also, outfit-wise, there was a girl, if you guys remember, she had on the pole floaty. It was a giant duck, and she was dressed like a sailor. That was crazy. Did you guys see that?
I did. There were so many fantastic ARMY outfits at day 2. It was just so much fun, especially when we were walking around prior to the show and handing out freebies, just getting to compliment everybody on their outfits and all of the planning that went into so many of these outfits that they wore. Truly creative, and it's one of my favorite parts about going to K-pop shows is just seeing the fashion that people come up with.
For sure. I saw a couple sweaters or parts of outfits that you could tell were hand crocheted with the Iron logo. And I was just so blown away because crocheting takes so long and it really is just a labor of love. I was so blown away to see how many people you could tell really put so much time and effort into their outfits for such an incredible time. I had overall the best time ever. I wish we had a slightly better view. We were actually really close as far as where we were positioned in the stadium, but how the scaffolding was whenever BTS was in the very center of the stage, it made it a little difficult to see them in person. Obviously, the big screens were so easy to see. I can't complain. We got to be in the room. We got to see BTS. I totally underestimated how powerful it would be to be in a stadium full of 80,000 other ARMY all singing at the same time. It was so magical.
I was blown away. This was my first BTS concert and what I think my 4th K-pop concert collectively.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Right?
think
By
so.
far,
Counting, yeah.
yeah, like, I think seeing, like, the whole color-changing sea of, like, all the army bombs, the crowd participation, it was really, really something. It felt incredible. I got goosebumps a couple of times. I was just in awe of everything, and over just the 2 days at MetLife alone, 157,000 people attended between both concerts. That is crazy to me. That's just like a ballpark figure.
It's like a very, very wild number. For me, I feel like we truly, truly conquered the Mount Everest of K-pop shows with seeing BTS. It's something I never thought in a million years I would be doing, was getting to see them live. So it was oh my god, an amazing experience. I had chills when Body to Body was playing and Army came in and sang Arirang. Just the sea of voices so clearly singing it back to them, and just seeing JK's face on the screen taking his in-ears out with like the biggest smile on his face, so proud of the sea of 80,000 armies singing back to them. I had chills. The production of the show blew me away. The pyrotechnics, the fireworks, it was all like utilized so perfectly at key moments and key like transition points during the show, and you never knew what to expect. And I feel like we were so close that you could feel the heat from the fire when the pyro went off. That was fun. But also a highlight, Jimin, so pretty in real life. Like he is 100% a fae. There's no other way to describe it. That man is magical.
It was so, like, unreal finally seeing BTS, like, in the flesh. Tracy had mentioned we did go to day 2 of MetLife, and it was so hot and so humid and raining. In the audience, it wasn't so bad, but it definitely seemed to be pretty poor conditions for the boys to be running and dancing on probably the biggest stage I've ever seen in my life. When the boys were dancing, at one point I saw that Jimin, he slipped during the choreo, and it seemed like he was having a pretty hard time until the next break. I kind of wish that Jimin had had the chance to like sit out or just like rest to recoup because it was so hot. I really just wanted to say, like, I know that any performer or any artist that you want to push themselves to perform, but I think Army, and I know I shouldn't speak on such a huge fandom, but I feel pretty confident saying, like, I think Army would rather BTS prioritize their health over the performance. I don't know if you guys saw it when it happened because I remember looking over and being like, "Did you see him fall?" And you were like, "No, like I didn't see it." But I think the mom in me was just like, "Let him sit down."
You did point it out, but I didn't see him actually go down. I thought he had just, like, laid down because I know that they tend to do that sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't see it actually happen, but when I went back and reviewed all of the videos that I took, I like captured the moment of him like getting his foot stuck or whatever happened and
Yeah.
him going down and just being like, "Okay, we need a second."
Well, and it had really just started raining at that point, and it was so hot that I just think like they didn't have a minute to catch their breaths. Like Megan said, the fireworks were so hot. I can't imagine being on the stage and feeling that. Like, while it's amazing to watch and, like, I'm grateful to have been to see the performance, like, I just hope that they don't end up doing anything to jeopardize their health.
I know, RM had actually said this was the first time since their very first show for the Arirang tour that it had rained,
Yeah.
and he took it as, like, an omen of good luck. But I don't know if you guys had seen, like, besides Jimin falling, after the concert, roads were slick, it was kind of crazy. V got into a very minor car accident. Everyone was fine, thank God, but, like, that's scary. Like, this, day 2 New Jersey drivers, wild. But everything ended up working out, like, well during the show otherwise, I feel like it was an incredible performance. I was excited that they opened with Hooligan, and then Body to Body, which full goosebumps. Crazy, crazy performance. Megan, did you have any favorites?
I did. Getting to hear Swim Live gave me chills. Again, listening to 80,000 of us in the stands take over and sing it from the guys, and again getting to watch on the giant screen them pulling out their in-ears, holding out their mics, and just having these ginormous grins on their faces because Army is just singing back to them. It gave me chills. And then after that, Normal is my favorite track on the Arirang album. So I vibed so hard with that. I felt like I had an out of body experience just getting to like scream sing those words at the top of my lungs with BTS. So getting to hear that live was truly the icing on the BTS concert cake for me. What about you, Morgan? Did you have favorite songs that you heard live?
I definitely agree with you guys. I did get chills so many times during the performance. My favorite has to go to Fake Love. I totally forgot the song was on the set list, and I went into like actual shock, I think, when it started playing. Fake Love is one of my all-time favorite BTS songs, so to see it live and to see Jimin like be singing his high part was so good. That moment felt like so complete to me. And then also MetLife Day 2, we got Autumn Leaves as one of our surprise songs. That was definitely not something I expected to hear at all, but I was so happy with it. I love emo Bangtan. It was a happy surprise for sure. I'm not bitter at all that Foxborough got No More Dream the next show, but
In the same way that I'm not bitter that we missed Run by one show.
but I'm so like grateful to have been able to see Autumn Leaves. As far as like the overall show, my favorite part was when Namjoon came out in the Pikachu hat. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I like lost it when JK was next to him and was singing like Pika Pika. That just like totally warmed my heart. And ever since we've been home, I've been going through my videos and just like rewatching that encore over and over again. I love how Namjoon was like, it wasn't me, it was my stylist, but we all know he loves Pokemon.
Mhm.
So cute. What was your favorite moment, Megan?
So for me, Pikachu is definitely up there as favorite moment. I could not stop laughing of him rocking out on that stage with that Pikachu hat on. It I keep going back and looking at all my photos and videos too, with just like a huge smile on my face. I loved how loud, and I mean loud, Army got every time Yoongi was on the screen, and how like every time he looked so shocked and blown away that there were people screaming for him. I mean, come on, Yoongi, what did you expect? 80,000 people who love you. Of course we're going to be going wild and crazy for you. But I think my absolute favorite moment was Jin when he was lying on the stage in like that flirtatious pose and just kind of like sing flirting with all of Army and everybody losing their collective minds when the camera turned around to catch him on the ground just like in that position. Like very Fabio romance cover, let me sing to you and flirt. But also Park Jimin. That's it. That's the statement. Park Jimin. What about you, Tracy? Give us your favorite moments.
My favorite moments, the whole thing was so incredibly fun. I really wasn't sure, like, thinking back and looking back at videos, like, it was hard to pick a favorite. I think, though, the pyrotechnics were crazy, crazy, crazy. My absolute favorite, though, I think, was harkening back to what you said earlier about the Aurang part in Body to Body, where everyone was singing. Mind-blowing, just absolutely mind-blowing, and then Jungkook singing along. Wow, wow.
Hearing his vocals in real life was just like so unreal.
I had seen videos and I was hoping that we would get that. I was, like, really looking forward to it, so I was not let down. I was so excited. I think the best part of the entire experience, though, was getting to do this with you guys. I've said it, like, in the past, if it weren't for either of you, I wouldn't even be, I think, into this. So this is, like, different and awesome.
It's very sweet, Tracy.
I was trying to make a smooth, like, butter transition there.
No, but truly, truly, it was a blast. I wish we can go back and experience it all over again, maybe with a little less humidity and a little less rain in the air. But truly a once in a lifetime experience getting to see BTS live.
It was so fun.
Now, are we ready to switch gears? Are we ready to talk about this and that? I truly cannot wait any longer. I am gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. Let's do this, guys. Okay, so I've been waiting to talk about this all day. Friday, August 7th, Stray Kids dropped both a brand new mini album and the music video for the title track off that album, This and That. Before we get into the whole album review, let's talk about the music video. Tracy, I'm putting you in the hot seat first. What were your thoughts?
Okay, so I watched this first with no audio, fully on mute, and then I watched it again with the audio, and then I watched it 3 more times at 50%, 75%, and then full speed so that I could truly take everything in, with and without subtitles as well, because I had no idea what was going on. But I really thought it was an interesting use of headless backup dancers and cuckoo clock. And then Sungmin had a little S stenciled into his blush, like on his cheek. So that was super cute. I'm not sure if that was an Easter egg. And then there was like a shot where they all had on something that was like shiny or like silver. And I really loved Felix's silver track jacket. I had a silver jacket once and I never wore it. I just got rid of it. And I wish I didn't now. But also didn't understand the shards floating everywhere. And I wasn't sure if it was meant to represent them like shattering expectations or breaking a mold or if there wasn't anything behind it. But the flickering lights on the building were also really cool where they synced up with the beat, and it did the same on the phone touchpad in that one scene with the giant buttons. Super interesting. I'm curious, Megan, about if you know more about any meanings behind it. I'm sure you have so many more thoughts, though.
I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of opinions. I really liked what you said about the shards floating everywhere, and if it was meant to represent them shattering expectations. I mean, maybe it's totally up to interpretation. My first thought when I saw the floating shards, like it took me back to the S.Coups music video where they shattered the mirror to reveal like the Easter eggs from all those music videos. So my brain immediately went S-Class reference question mark. But this video, I mean, the visual, the choreo, the Easter eggs. I could probably talk forever about all of the Easter eggs, and I know Stayville as a collective hive mind is combing over this music video with a fine-tooth comb and like trying to point them out. So I will just mention the Easter eggs that I was able to catch like right off the bat on my first watch. You have Changbin in the kitchen with the marching band. Actually, I feel like I'm describing playing Clue right now, the more that I think about it. Changbin in the kitchen with the marching band was definitely like a God's Menu reference. There's the scene that transitions of them dancing outside in front of like that giant apartment looking building and the giant heart appears. Definitely like a Case 143 reference with the little heart monsters. And then Chan standing in front of like these gorgeous red lights at one point was very Chick Chick Boom. I also really, really loved that Sungmin was in the music video and got these amazing solo showcase moments because I know with him still rehabbing the stress fracture in the ankle that he's really, really scaled back his schedules and he's really, really been focused on healing. So I know a lot of Stay were worried that he might not have appeared in the title track music video. So I clapped my hands and squealed with joy when he appeared. And I thought they gave him the most wonderful solo showcase moments to really, A, showcase his vocals, and just like to let him be a part of the collective music video overall with everything he's been going through. But overall, for the music video, 10 out of 10. No notes from this day. I am pleased as punch with it. Morgan, did you watch it? What did you think?
First, I watched it when I first woke up, and then I've watched it like 2 or 3 other times. So I tried to pick up as much as I could. I did not go through Tracy level of like breaking it down or watching it slow or anything like that. I like absolutely loved the theme of time manipulation throughout the music video, like how things were reversing and with the clocks, you could tell that they were like manipulating time throughout. And there's like so many slightly unsettling themes. Like Tracy mentioned the headless dancers, just like the large shapes and the breaking glass. And like there's so many things that you're just like a little thrown off by. As a coffee lover, like the huge cappuccino and like coffee cups, it is very like Alice in Wonderlandy, kind of just throwing you off of like what you would normally see. One of my favorite parts was towards the beginning, Hyunjin is doing a dance and he like is pointing a few times, and as he points, you hear the like phone beep, like somebody's pressing the buttons on the phone. And I know that the phone theme like worked itself into a couple different other parts of the video. And then, like Megan was saying, I was so happy to see how Sungmin was involved. I think one of the best parts of the video overall was when one of the shattered mirror pieces, you like see his reflection while he's singing one of his lines. I just thought that that was like so special.
Yeah, Stray Kids did a really, really great job overall with the entire comeback with making sure that Sungmin was involved in one way or another while he works on healing and coming back to us at 100%. So it really, really shows their bond and their brotherhood and how much of a family that they are, that they ensured that Sungmin was included throughout the entire process in some way.
It was so sweet.
We're going to take turns giving bite-sized reviews for the album, breaking it down by songs. Please keep in mind that these are freshly baked thoughts. We reserve the right to change our mind. I literally just like listened to this within the past 2 hours, but we're going to kick this off with Run It. And I think we can all chime in on this one since we've had some more time to sit with it. Megan, do you want to kick us off?
Yes. This is the tour anthem. I can just, in my mind's eye, picture the sold out stadiums when the Run It tour continues and Stray Kids do indeed go everywhere all around the world. And just the sea of stay, nonchambongs in the air, singing the lyrics to Run It with the guys, just the hype feel, the anthem feel that it has. It's truly, truly the anthem of this tour, and it's a 10 out of 10 for me, and I cannot wait to be in the sea with my fellow stay singing this along with the guys.
I definitely agree with Megan that it is like an amazing anthem and hype song. I feel like this could make the perfect like intro track, like the first song to get everybody hyped at the concerts. If I was hearing it live and like with everybody else in the concert venue, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10 because I just know that that energy is going to be crazy. I do not gravitate towards these kinds of songs though in my like daily life. So I think for like throwing it on a playlist, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. But I think seeing it live would just be like so incredible.
Having now seen them live at Gov Ball, I can understand fully how this song would fit better in a festival or just live setting. I don't think the recorded version conveys what their final listening intention was for this. I don't think it gives off that, you know, bass pounding through your chest feeling that you get like in person where everyone's just, on 10 and going. As a solo listening experience, I give this a 6 out of 10. If I hear it live, I'm sure that might change. I feel like definitely live would be better for this.
All right, let's get into track 2. So I'm going to give my opinion on the title track and the festival version. The title track for This and That is obviously This and That. We already talked about the music video, but this is probably my favorite Stray Kids title track since Accident. I just think the vibe for the song is so cool. I like can see myself just like windows down in my car. Not even I can see myself. I did it today. I like
Yes.
put the windows down in the car, turned up the volume, was like vibing to the song. Ian's bridge in particular is so good. It just like really got me. I usually hate festival version remixes, to be so real. It's just not the kind of music I like, but I actually really, really enjoyed the festival remix for this and that. I think that it improved like the party festival vibe without overpowering the song, which I think is what I usually don't like about a festival version. Like I usually will skip the end of the album. I think for this, I'll keep it on. And I'm gonna give them both a 7 out of 10. I really, really like both of these songs.
So the next track is After You. And I think overall, with this and that, they have utilized Felix's vocals amazingly throughout all of the tracks on this album. Particularly with After You, the song opens with his just beautiful, gorgeous, softer vocal tones that we don't get as often because, everybody wants like the hard hitting, deep demon voice that Felix has. It's the Felix effect for a reason. So getting to hear his softer vocal tones, I almost cried at my desk listening to this today, guys. It's just all of their voices in particular are so beautiful on this track, and the lyrics themselves are so meaningful, and I feel like when you listen to it, it could be applied to many different kinds of relationships, be it romantic, platonic, uh friendship. It's a 9 out of 10 track and will be on repeat for me.
Next up is farming. Honest review for my own opinion, and I'm totally curious what everyone else thinks about this, listeners and Megan and Morgan alike. No shade to the group. This song just was not it for me. I listened at least 5 times. I cannot remember the beat or even a single word other than farming. I really tried, and I give this a 1 out of 10. Did you guys have any different thoughts? I would love for everyone to chime in and change my mind.
This is the only skip on the album for me, to be so real. I definitely could see how it could also be someone's favorite song because they like the experimental kind of music.
Yeah, for real. I feel like farming is the most experimental heavy track on the album. I didn't mind it. I totally want glow sticks and I want to go to a rave listening to this, but also at the same time it reminds me so much of video game music that I'm totally fine putting it on and like listening to it as I play my farming sim games because it's on brand.
Wait, I love that actually. Literally farming.
Like it's a 5 out of 10 for me. I love how experimental it is and I love that they just like didn't hold back with it. But to me it's like it just screams video game music.
I think this is bound to be the most divisive track on the album. Like, I think people are either gonna love it or hate it.
That's a great thing, though, because it gets people talking, it creates a conversation, and you do hit a point as a group where you have to do something different. So I respect them for taking the experimental step to do so. So I can appreciate that at least for that reason.
All right, let's get on to track number 5. This is I Do. This is truly like a pop punk anthem. I could see Megan absolutely loving this song.
I do.
I do love I Do. When I listened to this for the first time, I could just imagine chanting along with like a stadium full of Stay, and I think that would be so fun. To echo what Megan said about After You, I absolutely love the way that Felix's deep voice was utilized in the song. I think it is so perfect. It's my favorite way to showcase his vocals. I don't like love the shock effect sometimes of just like the super deep voice Felix like when he's talking. I really love to hear him sing. He has such a beautiful voice and I really like the ending to this song. I don't, however, like love to listen to this kind of music. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I kind of like waffled back and forth. I was like, do I give this a 6 or a 7? I was like really teetering. I really like parts of this song. I really like the second half. Like I think if I was just rating the second half, it would go up in my mind to probably like an 8 because I love the way that this track ends.
Moving on to track 6, we have Way Out. I give this a 4 out of 10. I'm not sure who hurt them, but the song was really good and it was easy to listen to. The vocals were pleasant. I loved that they utilized 4 different languages within it. It was Japanese, Spanish, French, and Korean. I thought that it was good. My personal taste, it didn't, tick off all the boxes. So that's why it gets a 4 out of 10, but it's a good song. I will give it that.
I loved Way Out.
Leave it to Tabasco. Leave it to 2 of the 3 members of Three Racha to write one amazing breakup song with like really deep kind of like ooh who hurt you vocals, but to like a beat that you're just sitting there like bopping around like, oh, this is a pop. Okay, and to round us out with this and that is the track Back Then, which OT8 singing Han Pop. This song is written, lyrics, everything by the one and only 4th gen ace of K-pop, Han Ji-sung. Again, another track that I sat at my desk today and almost cried. I think this song is the best on the album in showcasing all of their vocals so beautifully. Again, we got more really soft Felix vocals, and I'm always here for soft Felix vocals. I really, really encourage everybody to look up the lyrics to this song, English translation, because Han really, really knows how to write these emotional bangers that just like sink their claws into you and leave you feeling some kind of way. It just Han Pop overall chef's kiss. 9.5 out of 10 on this album for me. I've been dying to have OT8 sing Han Pop. We got them on this album singing it, and I ascended. It's I love it. It's a great way to end the album before picking it back up with the this or that festival version. It brings you down in the mood, makes it all mellow, and then festival version like brings you right back up.
Now that we've gotten our probably most likely very controversial ratings out of the way, Megan, what track do you think is your favorite?
I Do is my favorite track. I will be sitting here now just like in the silence and my brain just starts going, I do feel the same pain as you, and I'm just singing it in my head. It scratches that like early 2000s pop punk vibe, like Simple Plan that I loved listening to in my younger days, and I consider I Do to kind of be like the sister song to In My Head off of the Karma album, which also scratches that like early 2000s pop punk vibe that I love. Second place goes to Back Then because your girl cannot ever resist any Han Pop. And third place to After You. Just give me all of the ballads this go around. I want them all, the softer songs and everything. But for me overall, the whole album is no skip, and I can't wait to spend the entirety of my month of August just listening to this on repeat. What about you, Tracy?
10 out of 10, hands down, favorite track off of the entire album was Back Then. I immediately added it to my playlist halfway through the song. I didn't even get to finish it. And maybe it's because Han is my bias. I didn't even know that this was like a Han song.
Mm-hmm.
But it just immediately went, yep, this is it. And number 1. Morgan?
100% Back Then is also by far my top favorite track. I just think that their vocals are so, so gorgeous. I love the way that the beat paired with the softness of their voices. And I think my honorable mention has to go to Way Out. I like love Stray Kids' more chill songs. I know that they are known for like their hard hitting quote unquote like noise music, like all of the super hype bangers, those are never my favorite songs. I love like more chill Stray Kids songs where we can really hear all of their voices because I think the 8 of them just sound so beautiful together. And I think that the end of this album really illustrated that. But I also do love the title track. I think it's really fun, and I think more than their recent title tracks, it also like showcases all of their like vocal abilities. But now we're going to clear the floor and we're giving Megan, our resident stay, a minute to give us any other thoughts that she might have on the album. Are you ready, Megan? Can you give us your one bite review for this and that?
Yes. Hi, it's me, your resident stay here, ready to wax poetic about my old group. This album screams Y2K. Everything about it, from beginning track to festival version, just has the Y2K vibes. The comeback photos, like everything just screamed Y2K. And this album, I feel like, was made for the millennials. The 8 of them, they came for us millennial Nunas with this album. I want to give a huge shout out to the hair, makeup, and costuming Nunas. They did fantastic with piecing together all the looks for the comeback promos, the music stages we've seen so far, the music videos we've seen and probably to come. The album just, it has a little bit of everything. There's hip hop, there's R&B, there's EDM, there's pop punk vibes. So I feel like there's definitely tracks on this album that speak to everyone. Somebody will find something they vibe with. Somebody will find a favorite song based on their likes. To me, it is another like 100 out of 10 album for Skiz. Once again, experimenting with their style and knocking it out of the park. And I cannot wait for the This and That era to continue and the Run It tour to come to the States so we can be in that crowd celebrating many, many, many more years of great Stray Kids bangers to come.
And if you're someone who works at JYPE, please have them come to MetLife. Just throwing that out there.
No, for real. JY Poppy, listen. You want to make some money? Come to MetLife. We'll sell it out, I promise.
All right, if you've made it this far, thank you. Please drop your favorite food emoji in the comments so we know you completed the episode.
We mentioned we had a fun announcement to make at the top of the episode. Morgan, why don't you let the bias biters know what it is?
All right, so I've been sitting on this for a little while, and I'm really excited to finally tell you guys. It's been a couple months now since we switched to monthly episodes, and I've just realized that there's so much K-pop happening that we're missing. We don't get to keep up with nearly as many releases as we used to, and honestly, I kind of miss it. So, starting in September, we're adding something new to the Bias Bites lineup called Bites of the Week. Every week, I'll be doing a quick recap of the biggest releases and share a one-bite review like you heard Megan do today. I'll also highlight anything fun that's happened in K-pop that week and give you just a quick look at what's coming up the next week. We're going to try this out through the fall and see how it goes. If you guys enjoy it and I can somehow manage to keep up with all the new releases every week, we'll keep it on the menu. If there's a comeback, debut, album, or news story that you think deserves a shout out, please let us know. You can message us on Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube, or however you normally find us. I'm really excited to give this a try, and I hope that you guys are too.
So coming up next in September, it's Megan's birthday episode! Woo! Join us in celebrating during our next episode out on September 2nd.
Woo! Birthday! I can't wait. I have plans and I have ideas for Megan's birthday extravaganza. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's bonus episode. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time. This has been
Bias Bites.
Bye!